speaks out about expatriate workers just days after a BBC documentary on life in the labor camps. 170 million Indonesians head to the polls. The result is crucial for ongoing reform in the world's largest Muslim-majority country. And we take you on a gentle trip around the Dow wharfage of Dubai Creek. It's been business as usual since plans to close it down were shelved. Welcome to Inside the National, the only program which brings you here into the offices of the national newspaper in Abu Dhabi every weekday evening. In this edition, could London's Imperial College be opening a campus in the capital? And the Mexicans are coming to town. We'll have more on that in our sports report. First, our lead story. The Ministry of Labour has been discussing its program for improving living conditions in the labour camps. That follows a BBC documentary highlighting poor conditions in one camp. The ministry has a long-running program to ensure fair and humane conditions for expatriate workers and has been discussing the main initiatives at a public press conference today. Our national editor, Greg Frey, fills us in. Greg, at the press conference today, the Ministry of Labour finally had a chance to respond to some of this negative publicity that Dubai's been getting lately. What did they say?
Well, they talked about having a three-pronged approach to dealing with labour rights in the UAE. Firstly, is the issue of education for the labourers themselves. A lot of people come from a lot of different countries, not understanding the rights that they actually have. So they put out pamphlets to all those people in all the different languages, explaining that they can go to the Ministry of Labour to ask for help if they require it. Secondly is a series of site inspections for labour camps themselves and the companies that create them. If they're substandard, companies can be fined and even have their licences removed. So that's kind of one of the punitive approaches. The third approach is to deal with the gangmasters, you know, the people who actually bring these people into the country. Many of those are unscrupulous, give false information about the type of work they'll be doing and the type of standards under which they'll be living. Clearly, this is unacceptable, and that's something that the government, the Ministry of Labour, is seeking to address.
So the Ministry of Labour is saying that they will target those unscrupulous agencies and loan sharks abroad, even, in addressing this?
Yeah, I mean, it tends to be agencies that are based here that have branches abroad. They're the people who will bring people over and then put them into work. The danger, of course, is that, you know, when people lose jobs, they just disappear into the ether in the UAE, and that's definitely not what the government wants. They need track of the workforce to understand where they are at any given time, and to make sure that they're working on a particular project.
Okay, did the spokespeople for the Ministry of Labour today, did they refer specifically to the BBC programme?
They did, yeah. Only to reiterate that they would, in fact, be investigating the findings of the Panorama programme. They did, however, point out that on the labour camp in question, and on the day of the filming, it had been a day of heavy rain, and they were at pains to point out that the heavy rain had interfered with the sewage system there. Now, that's not to say that they're making any excuses. They're not prejudging their investigation. They say that they're going to go and have a look at that, re-watch the video and go and do a site inspection there, and they indeed will take action. But, you know, that's one isolated incident we're talking about. And then the Ministry of Labour is very keen to point out that for many, many years, hundreds of thousands of labourers have been brought over here. Several years ago, maybe the kind of the laws and regulations were slightly looser than they are now. But every year they've tightened up, and now they're very open and honest about how labour camps operate and the kind of work they're doing there. And the fact that they held a press conference today to really address the issue and put it out there shows that there's this spirit of real openness and that they are embracing the needs of the workforce.
London's Imperial College could soon be opening a new campus right here in the capital. The university is in preliminary talks with authorities here. Chief reporter Daniel Bardsley has more on that story. Daniel, what are the chances of this going ahead, first of all?
Well, the authorities here are perhaps slightly playing things down and just said they've had very early preliminary talks with Imperial. But the rector of Imperial College, Sir Roy Anderson, has said that the university wants to open a campus either here or in Qatar. So maybe it's even as high as 50-50 that they could open in Abu Dhabi.
And how